Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the video game Choo Choo. Mike, why don't you tell us what the fuck is going on?
Well, Steven, this was the Velocity Gamer podcast. And now it's not, because that site closed.
Oh.
It did. So I'm Mike Casamano, formerly of the Velocity Gamer podcast, and now of VideoGameChooChoo.com. Steven Epps, where are you from?
Hey there. Well, I was originally from the Velocity Gamer podcast, and now I'm a member of the video game Choo Choo.
And who's that? Who's that shoveling coal into the metaphorical engine? Why, it's John Machowski.
We don't talk about him. He's not on the show.
Those are some great noises you're making, John.
Oh, God. My lungs are turning black from all this coal.
John, that's racist. Don't say that.
So, John, you were from the Velocity Gamer podcast, and where are you now?
I'm riding the rails of the video game Choo Choo.
You sure are, you prick.
Yep. Nice enthusiastic little, yeah. Making it real nice for the investors.
Theme song.
And now that we got the bullshit out of the way, let's actually talk like normal human beings.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea.
So, this is the Video Game Choo Choo. Our previous podcast, as we mentioned earlier, the Velocity Gamer podcast, got shut down because it was run by a bunch of idiots. No offense.
Jesus Christ.
And now we have spun off onto our own independent venture. So it's going to be essentially the exact same show. Yes. We are... what was the spin-off of the Archie Bunker show? What was the name of the Archie Bunker show?
Archie Bunker's Place?
We are the Black Archie Bunker to the original Archie Bunker, you see.
Actually, no, if we're doing this in analogies, I had the wrong Cheers spin-off. If our original podcast was Cheers, this is the Tortellis.
Well, regardless, we are going to be better than the Velocity Gamer show. Because
we got hundreds of trade.
If anything, this is going to be worse. Because now there's nothing holding us back.
Don't say that, Mike. The investors are listening.
Well, this is a video game podcast, you guys.
It only took us a couple of minutes to say that.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot longer than I expected, but
No, I mean, we're called the Video Game Choo Choo, but we're really just going to talk about old podcasts and how much we hate each other. You know,
it's true.
John, I hate you. And what video games have you been playing?
Oh, geez, Mike, I hate you too. And I just got a PS3.
Really now?
Yeah, it took me long enough. Am I right?
Yeah, like you got Infamous, so
yeah,
you don't need to buy anything else. That's a
I got
Infamous machine right there.
Yeah, I got the Infamous collection. I got it too late to get the free DLC for the Halloween DLC for Infamous 2.
Really? There was a limited time thing on that?
Yeah, it said that it ran out like 2 months ago. So
that is dumb.
I know, but I'm still probably going to buy it. Yeah, I'm almost done with Infamous now, and I also have Metal Gear Solid 4, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish Infamous, I'm going to play through MGS4, and then I'm going to go to Infamous 2. I'm going to take a nice break, then hop on into that sequel.
John, I think there's some horrible buzzing coming from your headset.
I don't hear anything.
So it's coming from Steven's headset?
Yeah, that was from Steven.
Me?
Yeah. We're
Is it still doing
this
it?
new podcast off right. It's some technical
Whatever, it's what editing is for.
That's far too much.
Now we've got...
Who's making those fucking noises?
What?
This is our important pilot, you goons!
I wasn't making any sound, what?
Nobody move.
Okay.
Don't move and then stay there for another week until we record again and have somebody bring pizza to your door. I don't care who.
That's not going to be a problem for me.
So, John, Infamous, how do you like it?
I'm like in a love-hate relationship with this game.
Sure.
I don't know. It's there's a lot about it that's kind of bad. There's a lot of clipping issues. I'm constantly clipping into the floor and the walls. There's some really bad parts where I feel like it's almost forcing me to be evil.
What do you mean by that?
I'm trying to do a good run. I'm trying really hard to do a good run.
That pays off in the second game.
Yeah, but right now I keep getting I'm maxed on good because I keep doing all the good side missions and all that, but I'm doing story missions, and because they introduced that golem enemy, it's been almost impossible for me to not hit pedestrians, basically. Or I don't know, actually I got a bad rating on another mission where there weren't any pedestrians. So in all honesty, I'm not really sure why I'm getting evil rankings. I just keep getting evil rankings.
I never had either of those problems, but I played Infamous twice, and then Infamous 2 3 times, then Infamous again a third time, so maybe I have a better handle on how everything plays. It could just be my years of experience with this one franchise. But
I suppose.
It is about using your powers correctly. If you're just throwing grenades all the time, then you're going to get some splash damage.
Yeah, I mean...
Those bolts are more powerful than you give them credit for. You just need to keep moving.
Yeah, I've definitely just tried to handle the bolts, but at the same time, I just want to use what I have on me. I want to use my more powerful attacks. Sure. And when NPCs are running directly at the thing that I'm trying to shoot at while I'm in mid-shot, it is really difficult to not hit them.
You also need to be jumping around a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I try to stay moving, I try to dodge a lot, I try to keep things going, moving, keep my character, because Cole is someone, I forget who told me this, but someone said that Cole is a light bulb, and I think that's a really good analogy. He's powerful, he's got all that energy running through him, but he drops it at like that.
Glass cannon.
Yeah, he's a glass yeah, exactly. So it's I try my best.
He's so easy to control. Then, like Infamous has these very tight controls, so it never feels like Cole is doing something you don't want him to do.
Yeah, I feel like everything that is happening is my fault, other than me getting an evil ranking. That's the only thing that's kind of upsetting me there. But every other accident that I have is I feel like I could improve on the way that I'm playing and fix that. The AI isn't helping me, though. Like I said, they do run towards danger a lot of the time, and that is really, really frustrating. But if I did try harder, I probably could not hit pedestrians. But yeah, like you said, it does sound like it's some weird thing going on, other than just me hitting pedestrians, though. Because, like I said, I just fought a boss, and then it gave me an evil ranking, even though there was nobody there, so I have no idea what's going on.
Maybe you just got unlucky with the AI subroutines.
I guess.
That's always the thing with open world games. If the pieces don't interlock in the right way, sometimes it can be a total disaster.
Yeah, I don't know, I kind of want to talk. Should we? Can I talk spoilers about that game? I'm not done with it, but
yeah, I think yes, because you aren't done with it, and it is kind of an old game.
All right,
I do want to keep Infamous 2 spoilers to a minimum because
sure.
I want people to play the most. But yeah, Infamous 1, go crazy.
Okay, I just want this is almost mid game, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, but.
Sure.
The prison sequence, when you're trying to stave off all those enemies from the prison, did I do something wrong, or was the bad guy supposed to escape and Zeke was supposed to get upset about it?
No, that's a story thing.
Okay, so I didn't screw up.
No, if it lets you continue, it is a story thing. When characters die, it is because the story wanted it to happen, and when there are clear choices, there are clear choices. It's not like in, and this is a silly example, but it's the only one that comes to mind, in Black Ops 2, where you can screw up, and that kind of thing can happen, and it is a choice that the game does not make, not
Parent.
Yeah. In Infamous, it is basically, do you want Coke or do you want Pepsi? Those are the choices, and they're always very obvious.
Yeah, like all the big choices were pretty obvious throughout, and I mean it's kind of lame, but at the same time I just kind of felt used to it, and it was obvious. And playing through Mass Effect, that wasn't a surprise. But
and like in Infamous, it is a game where there are many set pieces, and that boss fight would not have happened if you did not escape from the prison.
that's right. Yeah, that's true.
I don't like in Call of Duty. It's a shooter. Either you shoot this guy at the end, or you shoot that guy at the end. It's not that hard to program in the different scenarios. But in Infamous,
Right.
where you have these giant boss battles, I don't know. I guess a palette swap and some different voice work. But I think they didn't want to have another person there for the sake of having a different person.
Right, but I got an evil ranking on that prison part. Even though
you get
it
some cops on accident.
like, would that give me the evil rank then?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. But then, how about the level where you're climbing up the tower? Why would I have an evil ranking then?
No clue.
Yeah, because I got an evil rank for that, and I have no idea why.
Well, if it's not really negatively affecting your karma ranking, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean it's not a big deal, but I don't know. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way when it's
Sure.
the whole game is all about trying to be good or trying to be good or evil, and it's hammering in these choices to you, and then how it doesn't really explain that kind of thing. Like if they had straight up told me like keep friendly fire, like I don't know. I guess it's kind of a like an easy thing. Like I should just know that. But I guess if they should say like keep friendly fire down, because if it happens too much, then you will get evil points for this mission. If they had told me that, then maybe I would be more careful instead of just lobbing grenades around. Because that's kind of just something they should have just given me a quick heads up over.
Well,
because I'm an idiot. Because I'm an idiot.
Did you upgrade to the attacks that don't really do any civilian damage?
I guess.
Have you even been in the upgrade menu? I guess.
Yeah. I've upgraded a lot of stuff, but
You probably have. I don't know. Maybe just don't shoot cops if you're trying to be a good guy.
yeah, I could try that. I guess.
That's a good rule for life in general. Don't shoot cops.
Don't shoot cops. Some of them will get mad at you. You know.
Only some of them, John. Have you ever been in a situation where you shot a cop and they were like, it's okay?
I don't know. Maybe some of them might not like that guy. You
Did a
know.
cop come to a door with your pizza and say, "Hey, John, this pizza's not paid for."
Nobody would blame me then. You
Nobody
know.
would.
Some cop trying to scam me for a crappy pizza. I'm not going to handle that. Nobody should.
God, can you imagine if someone came to your door with an unpaid pizza?
I don't have to imagine that. I live that.
Don't you just love it when we
figured out
talk
the
about
joke.
inside jokes that literally nobody can relate to?
Yeah, wow.
It's really great. It's very professional.
We're shopping this around to people, Mike. And then you don't want to edit it?
Well,
Jesus.
At least we're not lying. We're not being fake, and that's what matters.
No, I would argue not sucking is what matters.
Well, we blew that out the window 12 minutes ago.
Oh, God.
Have you played anything else, John? You're a big Metal Gear guy. Have you gotten around to MGS4?
Surprisingly, no. I just, I tried to boot it up, but the day that I got my PS3, my controller was really wonky for some reason. And it was for a couple days, But then I just kind of started whacking it, like just throwing it on the ground, like hitting it with my hand. And eventually it worked, but by the time it started working perfectly fine, I was playing a lot of Infamous because for some reason, the main reason why I couldn't play Metal Gear Solid 4 was because I couldn't switch weapons. And I wanted to switch to something that didn't kill anybody because I like to play Metal Gear with no kills because I'm a freak of nature.
Oh, well, you're not going to be able to enjoy Metal Gear Solid 4 that much then.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to have a bad time with this game.
Mm-hmm.
But, so yeah, I wasn't able to switch weapons, so I was like, all right, let me try Infamous, let me see if it works. And it did, so I got knee-deep in Infamous, and my controller started working perfectly fine, so I'm just going to finish Infamous and then go to Metal Gear Solid 4.
Okay.
Yep, that's really basically all.
I hope you enjoy Infamous too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I enjoy Infamous 1 for what it is. Like, my small complaints are me being bad at this game and just otherwise just being bad at video games in general. So,
how do you feel about the story and the setting?
It's not anything that's like groundbreaking, but I like it for what it is. It feels like something that would happen in a comic book.
You will like Infamous 2 a lot more.
Okay, good.
In that department, I think.
Okay.
I think giving Cole's voice work to Ellis from Left 4 Dead 2 was a great idea. I think giving that city a lot of color was another great idea. And the ending made me tear up. The good ending. No, the bad ending is pretty sad too. But you're going for the good one, right? In Infamous 2?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just going to run through both of them, good or bad. I'm going to do good for both, and then maybe one day I'll run through bad for both. I'll just see what happens.
Okay. Steven.
Hello.
Have you played any video games?
I have indeed. Recently, I finally decided to get with the times, and I played Batman: Arkham Asylum to completion.
Oh, finally! Last year's sleeper hit.
More like 2010 sleeper hit.
Wasn't it 2009?
It's had its fair share of time for me to give it a chance to play it, but thoroughly enjoyed that. There's not much you can say about it, though, at this point that hasn't already been said.
Give it a shot anyway.
I enjoyed being Batman. I thought the controls were very tight. The stealth in it was very nicely implemented. Though more or less, I'm using Batman as a segue into talking about what I'm playing now, which is the new Tomb Raider game.
I actually do want to talk about one thing in Arkham Asylum with you real quick.
Oh, go ahead then.
Boss fight is terrible at the end.
The final boss fight with the Joker is one of the worst final boss fights, I think. Like, just conceptually. Because mechanically it's fine, but conceptually it's like you've done this 6 times in the game already.
Right.
At the very least. So...
that game has too many very large people rushing at you, and then you dodging out of the way of the very large people.
Yeah, at the last second, then they run into the wall, and then you beat them up a little bit.
Right.
It was, at that point in the game, very... like, it wasn't even, like, it had taken a break, either. That was preceded immediately by one of those fights. You fight 2 of the regular ones, and then you fight the Joker as one.
That was a really bad fight, too.
That's why the boss fight with Poison Ivy kind of caught me off guard really, really bad, because, well, in a good way, though, because it wasn't that. I think, as far as I can think, it was the only real boss fight in the game that wasn't that. It was really weird. Because otherwise the game was just really, really good. And then there was just the repeated Titan Joker people. But
that was terrible.
Going back to what I was saying before, I was going to use Arkham Asylum to go into that I have been playing the new Tomb Raider recently. And a lot of people say that the gameplay in the new Tomb Raider is a lot like Arkham, and it is. But Tomb Raider does a lot of things worse than Arkham Asylum did. Tomb Raider likes to take control out of the player's hands very frequently.
So, with Tomb Raider, I don't know what that game is.
Okay,
I've heard
Tomb
it
Raider.
be described as a shooter, as an Uncharted type platforming thing, as a survival game.
It's not a survival game. It's themed around the concept of survival, but entirely gameplay-wise, it's part stealth, part third-person shooter.
Okay.
And what it does is, in Arkham Asylum, you had complete and total control over everything that Batman was able to do. If you wanted Batman to crouch, you could push a button and he could crouch. If you wanted a Batman to hop up on a thing, on one of the gargoyles, you pushed the button and then he did that. In Tomb Raider, a lot of the stuff that Laura does is contextual and automatic, so which is really jarring coming from Arkham Asylum because it feels like they recycled a lot of the elements from Arkham. So when I want to crouch in Tomb Raider and get behind cover, what I have to do is walk up to something and hope the game decides to let me crouch there. Because a lot of the sections are structured a lot like Arkham Asylum stealth sections, where you would hide behind cover and you would wait for the person to turn around, then you sneak up behind them and do the YA silent takedown. And that's in both games, is the silent takedown. But what Tomb Raider will instead opt to do is decide, oh, well, this looks like a stealth section, so you can crouch here. We're just going to automatically crouch for you. And that's really shitty because there are a lot of places in the game where I want to do stealth, but the game is forcing me to take the action-y route. And
is there room on the button mapping for a crouch button?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of buttons on the controller that actually don't do anything as far as I know.
Okay.
And that's one of the biggest problems is that, like, if you ask me what the B button in Tomb Raider does, I couldn't tell you other than you push it sometimes in QuickTime events. And it's like, what does the X button do in Tomb Raider? You hold it down to light a torch sometimes. Like, holding a button down to do something is like a secondary function. And that button doesn't do anything else otherwise. There are plenty of buttons on this controller where they could have, put all of these actions that it does automatically for you, and it just doesn't. So, and I was talking about this earlier with you guys, is that when I'm playing the game and I screw up, I usually say, "Oh, Laura, why did you do that?" And in any other game, I'll acknowledge that it was my fault that I made the mistake, but in Tomb Raider, that's my phone ringing, wow. In Tomb Raider, it's more like, because you have very minimal control over Laura, it's Laura that makes the mistake, not you. And that's one of the worst things that a video game can do, is have that kind of disconnect between the player and the character in the game.
That's why I don't like animation priority that much.
Yeah, another thing is that there are a lot of cutscenes in Tomb Raider where it's more or less entirely a cutscene with camera direction and camera angles and Laura saying lines, but you're holding forward, and if you stop holding forward, the cutscene will stop. There's the very often talked about scene where Laura climbs a radio tower. And as you climb up this tower, the camera angle changes, it zooms in, it does dynamic things, but as soon as you stop holding forward, Laura will stop climbing the tower. And that's your only involvement in the scene, is just holding up forward. And I don't know.
That stuff's not that bad when used correctly. Like, The Walking Dead did a lot of that.
Yeah, The Walking Dead did a lot of that, but that was the whole point of that game, is that The Walking Dead was more of a visual novel than it was a video game, where you were put in control of The Walking Dead and at important moments, and when you were given control, it was more jarring, because otherwise you're just kind of sitting there and picking dialogue choices.
I don't know. I wouldn't say Walking Dead was a visual novel. I'd say it uses interactive elements to heighten the story. Like, 99 is a visual novel.
True, but that's beside the point right now. Is in Tomb Raider is an action shooter. And for an action shooter, I don't feel like I'm getting to do a lot. I just feel like I'm holding forward and getting to watch a movie. Which is a damn shame, because of all the gameplay stuff that it borrows from Arkham. It borrows a lot of really good stuff, and it makes me just want to play Arkham some more. And it's very comparable to playing Dear Esther, which literally all you do in that game is hold forward. And that's another game that I played lately.
But like Dear Esther is designed around
Dear Esther is designed for you to hold forward and look around at all the pretty stuff. And that just kind of comes down to the problem here is that Tomb Raider is not designed to be that way, but it is. You go into this game expecting an action shooter, and you don't really get one. You get hold forward and shoot the man sometimes, and you get to hold forward while Laura does all the action. And sometimes you're sliding on your butt down a giant hill, and you kind of move her forward or left or right a little bit. But otherwise, everything else is being done for you. It feels less like a video game and more like you're along for the ride. And okay. I can't get behind that.
So the Uncharted comparisons are not without merit?
Absolutely not, no. They're completely valid. And that's just really hampering my ability to enjoy this game because I want to enjoy this game. The story so far feels good. It's a very nice story about Lara Croft becoming the big name action heroine that, everybody in America knows the name to be. Like, she's on her way to becoming Angelina Jolie. But she's not quite there yet, and you're supposed to be on the ride with her as she gets there. And it doesn't feel anything more like you're just on the ride. Which comes to another point. The story also kind of hypes up the idea of survival. And aside from you kill a deer for food at one point at the very beginning of the game, survival doesn't really play into it at all.
There's no survival mechanic whatsoever?
Whatsoever, no. The survival mechanic in Tomb Raider is don't get shot. There's... Like, I went into it expecting something similar to Metal Gear Solid 3, and instead I just got generic shooter where Laura cries about killing a deer a little bit, and then that never comes up again. There's just a lot of missed opportunities in this game. It's upsetting me slightly.
Is it still good, though? The overall experience?
The overall experience, I guess it's enjoyable, but in all honesty, it doesn't feel like I'm playing a game. I feel like I'm watching a nicely directed, slightly poorly written action movie.
Okay.
The gameplay just kind of feels like you're going through the motions until the next cutscene. And there are a lot of cutscenes in that game. I'm just not having a good time with this.
Anything else you played? I know you mentioned Dear Esther, but there's not really a lot to say about that.
Yeah, there isn't really much to say about Dear Esther other than there is something I want to say, is that my finger got tired holding down W, so I bound a key on my mouse, a button on my mouse, to auto-walking, and just kind of had that going on. And that's kind of the problem with Dear Esther, is that I guess I'm a little too technically familiar with how the source engine works. So every time, I would get distracted very easily while I was playing it. So it's when you have to start taking apart the game and binding buttons to enjoy this single-player cinematic experience, it kind of takes you out of it.
Are there any opportunities to explore?
Very minimalistically. It gives you a straight road, and the road is wide, but it's still a road.
Okay. And
so
the story, did it grab you in any way?
It bored me to tears, to be completely frank. There are some people out there that would say that I'm not smart enough to get it, but really, as I was playing it, I just kept hearing Samus talking about the baby in my head over what this old man was saying, and it was all just kind of blending together into this big meaningless glob. As I went to the doctor, blah, 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 I have kidney stones and they're floating in an ocean, blah, 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 blah. I'm walking towards this lighthouse and there was a car wreck and blah, blah, just nonstop. And I was completely bored, but I knew that this game is only a couple of hours long, so it's okay, I'll just power through it. And I just steered my way through the game, quite literally, on speed that's slower than the heavy weapons guy in Team Fortress 2. Just kind of guiding them along by pointing my mouse in the right way as the auto-walk does its job. Dear Esther, can't say I enjoyed it.
Well, I guess I'll find out for myself, because I got that new Humble Indie bundle.
Yeah, that's the same.
Just for
that's the
Hotline
same
Miami.
bundle. Absolutely. Hotline Miami makes that bundle completely worth whatever the average is right now.
I mean, it's on Mac now, but that's going to be irrelevant in a week. So thanks, Hotline Miami developers.
Good job, Mike, joining the PC gaming master race.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to hook it up to my TV and play some Sleeping Dogs in 60 FPS. I'm not playing it on my fucking 360.
Yep. So, one last thing that I played.
Sure.
A surprise little gem that I found on Steam is a little game by Adult Swim Games called Super Puzzle Platformer Deluxe. It was $6, and it's the most fun I've had playing a video game this year.
Really now?
Yeah, essentially what it is you play as just a little generic Mega Man-looking dude, and you're in someone else's game of Tetris, basically. These colored blocks drop from the top and land on each other, and what you have to do is you shoot the colored blocks, and if any number of greens or reds or yellows are touching each other, and then you shoot that block, all of the blocks of that color that are touching are destroyed.
Uh-huh.
And it sounds very simple, but it's one of the most addicting things that I've played in just such a long time. And the soundtrack is fantastic. It does something very different than what a lot of the retro games that come out lately do. It goes for a more Genesis kind of sound. You never really hear that, and it gives the game, while it's still, pixely retro music, it gives it that unique kind of catchy tune with the Genesis's more twangy instruments. Mm-hmm. All around, just a fantastic little experience. I bought it, I want to say, on Wednesday, and by Friday, I had put 6 hours into it. I cannot stress how much fun this little game is. Anybody that's listening to this, even our investors, as I keep calling them, you should all check out this little game.
How much is it?
$6 on Steam, and there is a free Flash version on Adult Swim's website. Naturally, not as many features as the Steam version, but gameplay-wise, it's exactly the same.
Okay. And again, highly recommended from you. So, if Steven likes it, of all people, it must be the greatest game ever made.
Well, I don't know if our new listeners know that. New listeners, I'm the grumpy one. I'm the one that sits in his mother's basement and just growls about video games all day.
I can confirm that.
One last thing that I wanted to yammer about for another 10 minutes is I got Donkey Kong Country Returns in the mail today. I haven't had much opportunity to play it, but it's fun so far. I've only played through the first level.
I hear it's good.
It is pretty good. One last thing, I just remembered. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on my 3DS.
Why?
Okay, so there was supposedly an update recently for the 3DS that unlocked the cores on it, which improved the frames per second, the performance on it. And so far as I know, that system update, Metal Gear Solid 3D, is the only game that it affected. And it has since
Nintendo.
Yeah, it has since elevated itself to a playable state, so I've been playing it a little bit. It uses the Peace Walker engine, which means you get all of the improvements to the game, like crouch walking and more advanced CQC, that come with that engine. But otherwise, it's the exact same game. You got third-person aiming and crouch walking and the CQC. When people said that the frames per second on the game was improved, they were lying. I had just got done with the boss fight with the Fury, I think. That's the fire guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fury. And I played it in slow motion.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3D is not one of those games where the game speed stays the same and the frame rate just visually drops. It's one of those games that slows down when the frame rate drops.
Ooh.
Yeah, so fighting the Fury took 10 minutes on one try. And the sad thing is that I tried using as many different techniques as possible to get the frame rate anywhere playable, which meant I tried fighting it I tried fighting him without the thermal goggles. Turns out that doesn't make any difference at all. The only thing that was bringing down the frames per second in that area was the Fury's fire. I'm just astounded at how bad that was. Most of the rest of the game, it's fine. It's like a solid 30 or 24. I don't know what the exact frame rate is, but it's consistent. Except for the Fury boss fight and very large, wide open areas. So basically every single boss fight area in the game. Fighting the Fear, 10 frames per second. Fighting the End, if you were using that sniper rifle and looking over a large area, you're going in slow motion. So, as much fun as I'm genuinely enjoying this port of the game, but I cannot recommend it at all. I'd like to see them try again.
It's hard to play on that 3DS.
It's not hard to play. It does suffer slightly from some visibility issues where the camera is controlled with the ABXY buttons. It's like how Peace Walker originally controlled on the PSP. But it doesn't include any of the gameplay improvements, not necessarily improvements, but all of the little concessions that it made to make up for that. In Peace Walker, if an enemy would see you, they'd turn around, they'd go, "Oh," and then there would be like a split second for you to do something about it before that went into the alert phase. And this one, it keeps the gameplay almost exactly the same as Metal Gear Solid 3. And combine that with the smaller screen and the jaggy visuals, it makes enemies almost impossible to spot. And I know that that's sort of the idea, is that you're supposed to have trouble seeing the enemies in Metal Gear Solid 3, but in this version, it's just bad. Like, if you watch a video of Peace Walker, that takes place in like mostly flat industrial areas or in like very sparsely populated jungles. For the most part, the stages were flat, and you could see you could identify enemies a lot easier than they would be able to see you.
Right.
This one, it just goes full on out, like keeps everything that made Metal Gear Solid 3 what it was, and then makes it worse. So, honestly, cannot recommend Metal Gear Solid 3DS. I'd love to see them try again, because there is a good game in there, but it just needs a little bit more work to get that engine more optimized for the 3DS, because it's not the graphics that's slowing that down. It's definitely a poor porting job. Try again. Maybe, Mr. Kojima? I don't know. Remake Ghost Babel in 3D. There you go. That is your assignment from the video game Choo Choo, is remake Ghost Babel in 3D for the 3DS.
I don't even know what that is.
That is the original Game Boy version of Metal Gear. So,
I Mike, just trust me. What Steven just said is a genius idea.
Oh yeah,
right.
Ghost Babel is one of the better Metal Gear games. It's, even though it was for the Game Boy Color, it's got everything that makes a Metal Gear game. So if they remade it for the 3DS, I'd be all over that, but I know that that's a complete and total pipe dream unless Mr. Kojima listens to this podcast right now. Mike, I'm leaving that up to you.
God damn it, Steven.
This is your job, Mike.
Your job is get Mr. Kojima listening to this podcast right now.
There's not enough conspiracy theories in it for him.
Okay, Mike, you're gay. John, you're bisexual. There. Now Mr. Kojima will be drawn to it like a moth to a flame.
Look at all of our perfectly toned asses.
Our perfectly toned latex-covered asses, mind you.
Yes.
Or robot asses in Raiden's case.
Yeah, and one of us has to be like Spanish, kinda, but in a really weird way.
Who wants the knife dick? Who gets to be Vamp?
Steven, you kind of got a Spanish mustache. You can pass.
That's only when I don't feel like shaving, which is all the time.
So it's up to you now. Without Steven, Kojima won't listen to this podcast, and then whatever you guys wanted will never get made. Good job, Steven.
I will dress up.
Right,
I will dress up as Vamp for the sake of the video game Choo Choo.
Yeah, Steven has to sexually coerce Hideo Kojima to make this game. Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
What kind of question is that?
I will walk up to Mr. Kojima with my Vamp knife dick, and I'll just go up to him and say, I want you to remake Ghost Babel. No, he had more of a Romanian accent. I can't do that. But yes, that's everything that I've been playing. Mike, have you been playing anything?
I have. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 4 as research for a editorial I'm doing, and that game is... I play a lot of Sleeping Dogs and a lot of Saints Row, so I go into that game expecting to be able to do the things I do in those games. Not to the extent I do with them in those games, but at least kind of replicate it. I mean, it is called Grand Theft Auto. I expect to be able to run down some civilians. I can't even do that because the cars handle like garbage. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I've been playing some GTA 4 recently as well. The PC port of it, less than optimal.
And
it's very slow to start.
Really bad too.
Yeah.
So there are all these chase sequences where I want to just kill myself, and then when I fail them, I have to start the whole thing over.
Didn't they do the PC port just like as an afterthought kind of thing? Or
yeah, the PC port of that is completely and totally an afterthought. Even on machines like mine, which are very top of the line, you have to like crank down the draw distance, or else your computer will overheat and crash.
I don't know. I'm probably not going to play GTA 4 on my PC when it comes because
yes, we're Saints Row men.
Yeah, no, I'm a Sleeping Dogs guy. Sleeping Dogs is the king.
Well, Sleeping Dogs doesn't have multiplayer, you bitch.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Why would you play a GTA clone without multiplayer, Mike? That's crazy.
I'm sure there's going to be some mod somewhere down the line. And then,
that's not how mods work, Mike.
And you could play Saints Row
2 as a multiplayer mod.
You could play Saints Row now.
Just Cause 2 has multiplayer, not just a mod.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I guarantee you it does not.
The PC version of Just Cause 2 has multiplayer. I promise you that.
Alright, John, say some words while I look this up.
Just Cause 2 may or may not have multiplayer. Will it or will it not? Will Steven be right or will Mike be right? Find out on the next episode of Video Game Choo Choo.
Okay, it does not.
Doesn't? Oh, I thought they're testing it or something.
Nope, that is the mod.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it was the mod.
Whatever. For $2 that I paid for that game, I can't say I'm disappointed.
Oh man, having a gaming PC
bro.
means I get to do that mod.
Having a gaming PC means you get to have like $400 worth of 400 games and have paid less than $10 for each of them.
See, that's why the all digital future doesn't bother me so much, because I got Sleeping Dogs and all the DLC for $10. Like I can't trade that in, but it was $10.
Yeah, for me, digital stuff like that, it's always like I don't mind it so much unless there's a physical alternative and the price range is similar. That's why I prefer to get physical copies of like 3DS games.
Well, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be paying the same price, so I'm going to get the thing that I can put on a shelf. But for Steam, it's like if I can give them $2 for a game that technically doesn't exist, I don't mind that.
Yeah, and I don't mind losing some of my consumer rights in the process because
I paid $2.
Yeah, you're only at $2.
It's like I am out like a candy bar. I'm not upset.
Alan Wake and all the DLC and the soundtrack is $4 on Steam right now. Who gives a shit if it's any good? It is $4.
Alan Wake and all of the DLC and the American Nightmare games were 1 cent on the Humble Indie Bundle a few days ago.
So there you go.
I mean, you're an asshole if you pay a cent, but it's still a cent.
You're an asshole with a bunch of good games. So there you go.
Yeah, you're an asshole with a bunch of good games, and that was for Steam copies too. So,
but yes,
another benefit
Grand Theft Auto 4 is bad.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 4, it's not bad.
As a video game, it is bad. As a crime story, it is excellent.
That's why I'm looking forward to GTA 5. I want to see what they're doing now.
They will not change a fucking thing.
You really think so?
That is Rockstar. They're not going to change anything. If they
you say that, but you're talking. Okay, you're saying that, but you're talking about GTA 4, which was a massive change from the ones that came before it.
Right, but if there was any kind of control change from what we saw in GTA and Red Dead, because Red Dead had some funky controls too, then we would have.
Red Dead was an improvement. That was definitely an improvement.
It was an improvement. It was still really weird, and everything handled very poorly. But it was just a horse. You can't really fuck up that much with horses.
True.
Plus, you didn't have to do a lot of handbrake turns while chasing the 10th asshole this day. It's still something from somebody that I don't like. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I just hope that the PC port of GTA 5 is better than the PC port of 4, because real talk about the PC port of 4, as soon as you install it and then you launch it, it is locked at 800 by 600 with all of the settings locked to the lowest possible setting. You have to go into the game's files and edit an INI file in order to unlock the graphic options, and then you still don't have all of them. You have to actually mod the game to get to the highest graphical possibilities.
Well, we'll
and even
the
then,
GTA 5 port, it's not happening.
Is it not?
No, it's just consoles.
Fuck me sideways. Okay, I guess I'm a Saints Row boy now.
You should really get back to Sleeping Dogs.
I should. I have since uninstalled it. I'm doing this whole backlog thing where I organize my Steam library by what I'm playing now and what I haven't played at all. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to focus on the list that I have created for myself, and unfortunately I haven't created a list of games that I collectively don't really enjoy playing that much. It's either games that I don't enjoy playing that much, or it's games that take 500 hours to complete. I have Far Cry 3. I enjoy that a lot, but it's still taking its fair share of time. L.A. Noire, I enjoy that a lot. That's like a 20-hour game. Yeah. Darksiders 2, fuck knows how long that is.
It's really long.
That's a long-ass game.
It's good, but it's long.
Yeah.
Sleeping Dogs is really good.
Rayman Origins, hard and long.
Rayman Origins isn't hard.
Spec Ops: The Line, not fun to play.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Rayman Origins gets hard.
God damn it.
It gets hard.
My Skype turned off again. God fucking... Ha!
With it just all around, but
you seem.
Are you guys still recording?
Yes. Yeah, we still are.
Oh, thank God. So that was one of our many technological problems on this show. For all the new listeners, that's what it's like.
That's what it's like. That's the struggle.
Sometimes things just break, and you don't know why.
The struggle.
Yep. We are not 4 fat men in a room with professional microphones and no technical issues here. We're 4 kids in our own rooms across different sites of the nation using Skype. So...
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3... Hey! There's only 3!
I'm sure between the 3 of us there's enough for a 4th person.
Well, when Keith comes back, we'll have a 4th guy, but unfortunately he'll be good looking.
Damn. We'll have to kick him out. He's not good enough. Anyway, what were we talking about?
You were Sleeping Dogs is.
Okay, go ahead then.
So Sleeping Dogs, that first off, you can drive the cars and not want to kill yourself.
That is exceptional.
Yeah, in an open world crime game, that is very hard to do. It's got the Arkham combat, which is great. It rips off a lot of things. It also has the Max Payne slowdown shit. But it pulls them off so well, and it creates this world that's really engaging to be in, if just for the fact that it is Hong Kong and not every New York substitute that you see in games these days. The story's really good. Everyone plays their characters convincingly. The mocap is exceptional. And just all the things they steal liberally from other franchises come together in one beautiful human centipede-type video game that is just a joy to control. Also, karaoke.
Yeah, when you said that the game was a human centipede of a game, that definitely made me want to play it. You know,
it's not analogous to the human centipede in there's no shit or anything. It's just a crime story. Nobody gets sewn to anybody's ass. Sorry to disappoint you, Steven.
I stopped paying attention. What were you saying?
Sleeping Dogs is really good.
Okay.
I also played some Denpa Men 2 Beyond the Waves. which I guess can lead into our next segment.
The Denpa-men?
The Denpa-men. What do we end up calling this one? Throwing coal on the fire?
Sure.
Sure, let's call it that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to throw the coal on the fire and talk about it. Thank you, John. Fuck. Hello and welcome to Throw the Coal on the Fire, where we talk about a game that hasn't been getting much attention, but we want to talk about it because we enjoy it.
So,
Mike?
Denpa-men 2, Beyond the Waves. It's a little 3DS eShop game, so that already makes it a qualifier. It's a lot like Dragon Quest. I originally compared the first game to Pokemon, but the more I play it, the more it feels like Dragon Quest, and that you got this overworld, you got your dungeons, you got the battle system, it's very similar. And you catch the Denpa-men by bringing your 3DS to different rooms and taking pictures of the Denpa-men. I don't know if it does it by Wi-Fi signal, or if it's just by, there are different colors here. But I was able to go to 2 different rooms of my house and catch different Denpa-men, so maybe it is just different rooms. If you like turn-based strategy, if you like kind of cute little RPGs, it's a good game, but it can get pretty hard. The smallest enemy can do a lot of damage to your party, so you'll have to backtrack a lot and go heal and then go back to killing more enemies. It is essentially a kiddie version of Dark Souls in that it is hard.
Mike, you haven't even gotten past, the graveyard in Dark Souls, so you don't get to make that claim.
Okay, John, Steven, either of you have anything you want to burn?
I thought Steven did his earlier when he talked about
Yeah.
Yes, I blew my load early for Super Puzzle Platformer Deluxe.
And that is good.
It's very good. It's $6 to reiterate. You should check it out.
Anything is good for $6.
Indeed.
It's practically no money.
It's like, what are you going to spend? What else are you going to spend on $6? A soda?
The soda, you drink it, and then it's gone.
Exactly. You piss it out. It's piss. You paid for piss. May have tasted good when it was started, but you paid for piss. Are you going to buy food? You don't need food. Look at Paris Hilton. He's good. That's relevant, right? I have video games.
You're playing
Food
Arkham Asylum, talking about Paris Hilton. Apparently this is in 2009.
Yeah. Food is fleeting, but video games are forever.
Or at least until EA decides you don't need those video games anymore.
It's true.
John, are there any hidden gems you want to bury?
let's see here. I don't really have anything because, like I said, I've just been playing that PS Triple. But I guess I should mention that if anyone has any interest in the Ace Attorney franchise, they just put out the first 3 games on iOS.
Didn't that already happen?
They put out the first one, I want to say, on iOS, but it was just like a straight port. This one that they just put out is all the first 3, and it's in HD.
Ooh.
And what it is right now they have the first 2 cases for free, and then you pay for the other cases as you go. And it's really cheap for each case. I don't remember off the top of my head how much it is. It might be like 99 cents or something. But still, that game normally if you want to try to get those games on the DS, you're going to be paying an arm and a leg because they're kind of rare. Mm-hmm. But just getting it on iOS is pretty alright because it's the full game, the full case. It works perfectly fine. There's no problems with it at all. It's just and it looks better than it does on the DS because it's HD. So I definitely recommend looking into that if you're at all interested in Ace Attorney, because I love Ace Attorney. Those games are incredible. They're just all around great, well written, funny, great music, great characters. So if you're interested at all, at least try the first 2 cases for free.
Yeah, it's really cool that you could just do that for free and see how you like it.
Yeah, they did that for Ghost Trick when they put Ghost Trick out on iOS. Ghost Trick's another great game, made by the same people even as Ace Attorney.
Fantastic game, I have to poke my head in and say.
Definitely. I mean, I got that for DS just because I kind of wanted to just play it that way, but it works perfectly fine on iOS, and the first bit of it is for free on iOS as well, so definitely check those games out. See if you like them. If you do, they're nice and cheap. So, There you go.
Yeah, that's a great business practice. Like offering the first bit of a game for free, not just a crappy demo or anything. Just this is what you will start with. Here is no money.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that we're saying that Capcom has good business practices.
Yeah. When did that happen? I have to imagine, like, the person in charge of Capcom Mobile is the one good person at that company. It's like, okay, let's put these games out for free. Like the first 2 cases of Phoenix Wright for free. See how people like it. And then the other people at Capcom are like, oh, let's kill Mega Man.
Let's kill Mega Man and bury his corpse and then charge $15 for on-disc DLCs.
Capcom Mobile is really great. Like, even just the ports that they put out. Resident Evil 4 on the iOS is actually pretty good, surprisingly.
I beg to differ for 2 phrases, Mega Man X and Mega Man X Over.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. But those are Mega Man games, so...
Yeah, that's the company-wide policy, Steven.
It's true. Yeah,
I mean, call me back when you tried Dark Void Zero on the iPhone. That shit is tight.
I have Dark Void Zero on my 3DS, actually. It's pretty good.
Is that in any way related to the console Dark Void?
Yeah, it was released as a promotion. They came up with this fake history of Dark Void. It's like, we had this arcade game that we were going to put out for a system that had 2 screens, and now we've dug it out of the Capcom vault in celebration of our new Dark Void game, and it's literally 5 times better than the actual game itself. If you look up scores for this game, you'll see Dark Void gets 80s and Dark Void Zero gets 90s. It's hilarious.
Regular Dark Void got 60s. That game was bad.
I never played it.
When it was coming out and I had first started kind of getting into the industry, I guess, not professional writing or whatever, but just kind of learning what was going on here and there. I followed the Dark Void Twitter, and I won the Dark Void contest where they sent me a prize package. So I don't know if I still have it, but I got a bunch of shit from Dark Void. I got a poster that the entire dev team signed. I got a bunch of little toys. And then I got that game, and it was garbage. And I was like, oh, come on.
That's really just gotta kick them in the junk. It's all of the loving members of the dev team signed this poster, and then you get it, it's this game's fucking trash.
There's some
Every single name on this poster can fuck themselves.
There are some good parts of that game, though. When you're in the air, that game becomes kick-ass. But as soon as you hit the ground and you're starting to shoot the enemies on the ground, damn. Just that game is in need of a sequel purely because I want to see what they could do if they fixed the problems that game had.
That's really just the worst kind of game where you play it and you want to see, this is awful, but I want them to try again.
Exactly.
They never get to try again because the first one was awful.
Yeah, there's so much about it that worked really well. When you're in the air, it felt so good. There's a part where there's a floating fortress, and you have to fly in on your jetpack and blow it up. And you fly into that fortress, you drop a bomb, and you fly out of that fortress as it is exploding behind you. And it is the coolest shit that I have, oh my god, it's so cool. But then 10 minutes later, you're on the ground shooting at enemies, and you're playing on normal mode, and it takes 20 shots to kill an enemy. One enemy, a normal enemy. And not just machine gun. I mean you have to sit there chipping away at one enemy's health where there's 15 of them in front of you, and it takes 20. It is god awful.
Now I gotta play this game, just out of curiosity's sake.
You really should play it. Like I said, there's some really cool bits about it, and it's interesting where they go with it, but it's also really stupid. The story is so goddamn dumb. Nikola Tesla is just there.
Right.
He's just there. It's hilarious because you get thrown through a dimensional portal. You're basically playing as the guy from The Rocketeer, but also at the same time not.
Man, I wish there was a Rocketeer video game.
Dark Void is as close as it's going to get to there being a Rocketeer video game, and that's
I wish
that's
there was
the
a
sad
good
part.
Rocketeer video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Steven, I hear, and we're going to transfer over to another segment, because this is where video game stuff that isn't really news goes. This is what we call dining car gossip. Steven, I understand. That's never going to get old. I understand you watched
It's already gotten old.
the second Tropes versus video games, or Tropes versus
Oh,
Women
yes.
video games. Or whatever.
I did indeed. I watched the second episode of Tropes versus Women in Video Games. And it wasn't...
Before you open your big fat mouth, should we put a disclaimer or something saying that Steven does not represent the views of Mike and John?
No, I enjoyed the video.
Thank God.
Yeah, if you had read what I'd written about it, you fucking piece of shit. I genuinely enjoyed the video. I thought that Anita Sarkeesian made some good points. And any of our listeners of the old podcast would know that I've had some unkind words to say about her. But that was back before she had actually delivered the videos. And I think that's mostly where most of the hate for her came from, was that she kind of disappeared with that $42-something thousand for several months, with the only picture of her existing after the Kickstarter ended was just her sitting next to a mountain of video games that, as far as anybody could tell, had nothing to do with feminism. So she gained a lot of flack during that period, but now that she's delivered on her videos, I don't really see any room to keep that kind of thing up, because her videos are perfectly legitimate. It's just she made a lot of very odd mistakes in the video. A lot of the times when she was making her point, she would show a clip of a game to illustrate what she was talking about. And most of the times that she did that, she was objectively wrong. And what I mean by that is, there was a point where she was talking about showing women dying or being hurt or mutilated or whatever as shock value, which is a completely and perfectly valid point. But the clip that she showed was from Hotline Miami, where the protagonist's girlfriend was depicted as a talking bloodied corpse. Now, out of context, neither of you have played Hotline Miami, right?
I'm going to.
Have you, John?
I've played a good chunk of it.
Have you gotten to the part where you start seeing the talking corpses? If you don't remember, then you probably haven't gotten there.
Probably not, no.
Yeah. At a certain point in the game, the protagonist of the game starts hallucinating and seeing bloodied talking corpses everywhere, male and female. And the clip that she showed from the game is a part of that sequence. So at that point in the game, he had been seeing just everybody that he spoke with as talking bloodied corpses that are saying stuff like, "You enjoy hurting people, don't you?" So her choice of clip there was dubious, at least, because it raises the question, did she actually play Hotline Miami, recognize this scene in context, and decide to include it despite the fact that the context removed it from what she was saying because she knew it looked bad? Or did she not play Hotline Miami, find this clip online, and use it without her experiencing the context? And neither of those options are good, and those are the only two conceivable options. And which is made worse by the fact that at one point in the video she says that context 90% of the time doesn't matter when it comes to this kind of thing. And when she was saying that, she was making a point like, oh, well, the woman is possessed by an alien and she's asking you to kill her, so that makes it okay. And when she said that that kind of context doesn't really matter because it's purely made up to justify the situation, it makes sense when she says that, but it's kind of ironic that she's just getting such blatant things wrong where the context genuinely does discredit what she's saying.
Right. You can't just put a blanket statement over that and say context, no, doesn't matter.
Context doesn't matter, and then
though.
It does though. And it's not just that one thing where she made the mistake with Hotline Miami. It was another thing where when she was talking about damsels in distress, she showed a scene from Psychonauts where the protagonist's not necessarily love interest, but the character that's played off like they have a crush on the main character and it's not requited, that kind of character archetype. She said that Raz's love interest was the damsel in distress in that game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that game about rescuing everybody at the camp, not just her?
Yeah, like there are guys...
As far as I remember... Yeah, as far as I remember, mostly everybody at the camp got kidnapped in Psychonauts, not just his girlfriend. So, like, if she had played the game, she would have known that. And if she hadn't played the game and just found a clip of Psychonauts online, like if she had Googled Psychonauts Damsel in Distress and found this clip, then she would have included it without her actually playing it. Neither of those options look good for her. So it's like every time she makes a mistake in the video like that, it gets worse and worse and worse on her. And when you watch the video and you see this number of mistakes and inaccuracies that she's just everything that she's getting wrong, it makes you wonder, A, did she actually play these games? And B, if she didn't, where did that $42,000 go? And that's not good considering the position that she's in.
I can tell you where that money went. It went from having to produce long-ass videos and not having a job.
No, because here's the problem with that, is that she made well over 20 or 30 videos of the exact same kind, like completely indistinguishable from the Tropes vs. Women videos. In terms of production values, visual graphics, everything that she uses in those Tropes vs. Women things are reused from her older videos that she made on her own dime.
It takes much longer to finish games than it does books.
Yeah,
games are fucking long.
I'm not saying... What I'm saying, though, is that if the money didn't go into the production quality of the video because she was already clearly good there, and she's making so many mistakes in her reviews of these games that make you think that either she didn't play them or she didn't care, where did that money actually go?
Well, I mean, she had to live off of it, too.
The Kickstarter wasn't for her living off of the money, though.
It kind of is.
To make it into a job.
Yeah, so it kind of is.
But she was making those videos, exact videos, for free that were completely indistinguishable from the ones that she made before. There's nothing that sets these Tropes vs. Women videos apart from the past ones that she's made.
I think it's also important to remember that what she asked for was initially not all that money.
It's true. That is true that she didn't ask for the amount of money that she got.
She just got large amount of money, and if somebody gave me $400,000 to work on a thing, I would probably use some of that money to eat while I made the thing.
I understand that. It's just, I'm not here to attack her. I genuinely enjoyed the video and the things that she said in it. It's just, she's making way too many mistakes for the position that she's in.
Yeah.
As someone who made that much money, the people that are watching these videos are expecting her to utilize that money in the best way possible. And when you watch these videos and they are A, completely indistinguishable from the ones that she made completely free, and B, full of just so like a giant pile of small inaccuracies that just completely discredit everything that she's saying at the time when she shows the clip and cites the video game, it's just not putting her in a good position. She's got good words coming out of her mouth, but they're not applied correctly. And that's fair. It's the biggest problem with these videos. It's just, I'm utterly astounded because everything else about these videos, well written, good points. What she's saying is relevant. It's important what she's saying. She's just saying things that are wrong.
And I want to like these videos very badly.
Yeah.
But some of these issues are making it a little harder to like them.
Exactly. I really do want to enjoy these videos and say, yes, Anita Sarkeesian, you are doing a good thing right now, and you don't deserve the flack that you're getting. And I'm not saying that she does, but she's, for the amount of flack that she's trying to dodge and how she's in a position where she needs to prove that she is legitimate, she's making way too many mistakes to be doing that kind of thing and then disabling the comments on her videos so she can't be corrected or criticized.
Well, she's disabling the comments on her videos because people are constantly telling her to get raped. So.
That too, yeah, but everything that she's doing makes her look bad. She's not in a good position to be doing things like that to make herself look bad that can't be waved away as, oh, it's just sexism.
Well, I'm going to...
Because she does have that problem, but it's just she's not in a good position to be making the mistakes that she is.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say the position that she's in is not one I think she asked for.
Absolutely not, no.
And now there are these huge expectations placed on her, and I think turning off the comments is completely legitimate.
I do too.
If somebody made a video game where someone could hit me with a bat, I would probably be afraid for my life and not make the videos. So the fact that she made the videos at all is very impressive.
Yeah, it's just... I realize
maybe
she...
I'm just happy that
she
they
has,
got out at all.
Yeah, I realize that she has a lot of pressure on her, and that she's pretty brave for doing what she's doing. It's just... she's making the wrong kind of mistakes to be making, because even though she didn't ask for this position, that she doesn't deserve the flack that she's getting, and all this other stuff, you've got to realize that even though she doesn't deserve it, and it's not something that she asked for, it's there, and she kind of has to deal with it. And doing that kind of very basic fact-checking, or I guess... because this looks like lying. That's the biggest problem here, is that when she gets these things wrong, it's either she didn't do her research properly or she's lying. Mm-hmm. That's how it looks. And neither of those things are good. And when she's in the position that she's in, regardless of whether or not she asked for it, she's not handling it properly. She's basically got the entire video game journalism eye on her right now, because feminism, like it or not, is the clickbait thing that's, the thing right now. Uh-huh. And even though what she's doing is legitimate, she's got the clickbait sites posting her videos. So she's out there. She's really out there. And for how out there she is, she's just does not have the room to be making the mistakes that she's making.
I think maybe sending the scripts off to, or the completed videos off to somebody to a female journalist who maybe is like grown up with video games and knows them a little bit more, would probably help a lot. Like send them to Jen Frank or something, and that would help like add a little bit more legitimacy to people who aren't raging lunatics, and it would also help cut down the mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she basically, because I don't know Anita Sarkeesian. I don't know who she is, but when I watch her videos, I get the impression that she's not someone that plays video games often. And because when she speaks of video games, she kind of speaks of them as if she experienced them for the first time recently. I don't know if anybody else got that impression when they watched the videos.
I did get that, yeah.
Yeah, so when she talks about them, I think she needs someone with a perspective who's willing to play these games and think, okay, yeah, what she's written down here is kind of wrong. She needs a fact checker. She needs a better fact checker, I think, because it's simple. It's the simplest mistake can just trip you up so bad, and that's true for any profession, but especially some kind of journalism or where your voice is in the public light. So. I don't know. I enjoy her video. Yeah, it's a very difficult topic because it's so easy to kind of trip up and say, oh, well, you're just criticizing her because blah, blah, blah. And I want to make it evident that I'm not. I'm just saying that the girl's in a bad position and she needs to have someone who understands what she's doing a bit better than she does, I guess. It's very hard to criticize someone who's in a position where most criticism towards them is incredibly illegitimate. It's hard to say constructive things for someone who is in a position where it's hard to present legitimate criticism to someone who is legitimately being hated right now. And all I want to do is give her tips. It's like, if you don't want to give these people ammo, you need to step your game up and not make the mistakes that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, show me the videos. Show me your videos beforehand, and I'll come back to you and say, okay, here's where you were wrong. Here's where someone could take what you've said and like criticize you for it because what you said was incorrect or could easily be interpreted as not being true. It's like these are the points in the video where you were wrong, and it makes you look really bad. She needs someone to do that for her.
And there are plenty of professional people out there who would gladly, and who would be not a crazy person about it. Like Jen Frank, Patrick Klepek, a third one. There are people out there.
Yeah, it's just... I want to like this person, and I want them to get the recognition that they deserve, but they're human. And that's the problem, I suppose.
that humanity is a real inconvenience.
Yes, machines are superior. It's just... To make mistakes is natural, but it'd be kind of like... And this is a completely ridiculous comparison, but sadly, because of the way the internet works, it's true. It'd be like if President Obama went up on stage and said something along the lines of... racism is bad, and it's all like the Native Americans' fault because racism happened. It's like, that's not true at all, Obama. That's wrong. It's not the Native Americans' fault that racism happened. This
For people
woman
listening to it, go back and see if you can pinpoint the exact moment where Steven realized how his comment could be taken, and then went ahead with it anyway.
I do not care. It's just she's in a bad position, and she needs someone to help her, I think. She needs to be able to say, yes, I need help with my videos because I'm bound to make mistakes because I'm not a gamer, evidently. I don't know.
It's a really tough thing to talk about.
It is a tough thing to talk about. And
before Stephen gets us in trouble with some fucking lynch mobs, you guys want to move over to some news?
Oh, well, actually, I kind of have a bit of a counterpoint.
God damn it.
Go ahead.
You're going to kill us all, John.
I agree with Stephen pretty much wholesale, except for just a little bit. Just something you have to realize, though, is she's making these videos from her own perspective. So I feel like we need to be more open-minded about how something could personally offend her. I think it's kind of a problem on both ends, though, because you can say, "Oh, this." Like if you're watching her video, and you see her getting offended at the part in Psychonauts or the part in Hotline Miami. Even though there is context, it's still really bugged her seeing that corpse, you know? It's understandable, but then at the same time, she kind of has to emote that I was offended by this. Not this is an offensive thing that must be stopped forever.
Yeah, you know? Because it's the thing with that scene in Hotline Miami, and the whole point that I was making about that scene. This is a scene in the middle of a much larger sequence where the character is seeing dead corpses everywhere.
Yeah, the fact is that Hotline Miami is just a disturbing game in general.
It's a disturbing game meant to make you question your own sense of morality.
Yeah, so it's kind of difficult for someone to say that, but at the same time, it's understandable why someone like her would be offended by the imagery in that game.
It is completely understandable to see why someone would be offended by the imagery in that game and how violent it is.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's the context, though. It's that at that point in the game, seeing that girl completely bloodied and whatnot and a corpse, not special because that's part of a much larger sequence where you're seeing everybody as bloodied corpses. It's like, if you're offended by bloodied corpses, you wouldn't have made it that far in Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
It's like if you're powering through Hotline Miami, forcing yourself to see all these bloodied corpses, and then seeing like the bloodied corpse of that woman is the line where you draw it, I suppose. I don't know, but it's mostly about how context
it's really hard. Yeah. It's really hard to understand how
it's hard
how
to,
she works. Just because
it's hard to get into
really
her head.
She's really reclusive in a way. But at the same time, you can't blame her for being so reclusive just because of how the internet treats her. I really wish that we could get into Anita Sarkeesian's head better, that she was a more open person, that we were able to understand her better, because the only thing that she's basically able to do is she pokes her head out of her door and throws a video out and then locks again, because if she leaves her door open for too long, a bunch of men's rights activists are going to jump in and just start beating the shit out of her. Like,
with fedoras, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing to see that Anita is so inaccessible and you just can't talk with her about the things that are in her video. It's like, I'm sure if we were able to have a rational conversation with her, it's like, why did you choose to include this Hotline Miami moment, and just try to keep like an accusatory tone out, I'm sure she would have her own reasons for it.
Exactly.
But at the end,
that's like the big problem with this whole thing, is that she has to be so removed from everything, because if she gets too into it, then there's so much room for her to slip up. It sucks though, because she is getting so criticized because she's hitting something that's so near and dear to so many people's hearts. And it's important that we have this conversation. It's important that we change games. Feminism is something that is important, and
it is indeed. It's
games changing to keep up with that is just as important. But people just don't want things to change, or people want things to change in really weird ways. And Anita Sarkeesian being the only person talking about this, or being the number one head honcho of video games and feminism.
She's the face of it right now, basically.
That shouldn't be a thing. It's just there needs to be multiple people talking about this. Nobody wants to, because nobody wants to get told to get raped. So nobody wants that to happen to them.
This basically goes back to how hard it is to just be a feminist in general right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Because feminism is the hot button issue, and when you ask like an average person, oh, what do you think of feminists? Instantly you think, like, an average person would think of what they see on TV, like the irrational screaming woman that, I hate all men. And unfortunately that is the image that's out there. And it's hard for people to say that they're a feminist without people immediately thinking, oh, you're that kind of person.
Yeah, exactly.
And which is only made worse by sites like Kotaku, which use feminism as clickbait, because they know that controversy exists and they're just using it to stir up shit so that they can get attention.
Right.
It's basically just like a whirlwind of shit made out of people with good intentions. Basically, all of the problems with it right now can be traced back to Kotaku just purposefully stirring up shit for clickbait. So, oops. I just really don't like Kotaku, you guys.
By the way, here's our first advertisement of the week for Kotaku.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Steven Epps calls it bad.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. I have to say, it is my opinion that Kotaku, I do not enjoy it. I believe that Kotaku is bad. It's not bad. I believe it's bad. There you go. Okay, lawsuit free. We're good now.
I don't dislike Kotaku in general. It's just, I don't know.
I dislike what they do.
I like the long-form reporting. That stuff's really cool.
It's like there's articles on Kotaku that are good. I used to read it a lot. It's just their website is very obviously shit-slinging clickbait. And
I don't know why anyone would regularly read a Gawker website. Just let people filter that shit out for you, and then when something good pops up, they'll say, hey, look at this, and then you can look at it. Let other people do the work.
Yeah, that's why I still follow Kotaku on Twitter, because when I do see them doing long-form like interviews or other stuff like that, I do read those, because they are interesting.
Oh, don't even bother following them on Twitter. Like Patrick Klepek and Ben Kuchera do their cut, and they're worth reading things, and it'll just show up there.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Oh, is this like the plugging section of the podcast now?
We're trying to get higher.
The train's plugging along. No, it's just... Thank you.
I spent $7 on this. I'm gonna get every cent's worth.
Worth every penny, in my opinion.
Worth every single penny. It's
exactly.
Just... That can diffuse any kind of heated discussion or situation, I think. I guess really it's just I don't like Kotaku because how transparent they are with their kind of clickbaiting type of thing, where they will run articles on like, hey guys, why don't you talk about Anita Sarkeesian's video here while Patricia Hernandez writes an article about how Team Fortress 2 is sexist because the announcer is the only female character, and it's like, and then like at midnight you have what's his face writing the articles about his favorite flavor of pantsu that he got from a vending machine in Japan. I forget that guy's name. Brian
Ashcraft.
Yeah, Brian Ashcraft. It's just like it's so transparent to me that their website literally does not give a shit what they publish as long as it gets clicks. And it's that kind of transparency about how just shameless they are. I personally do not care for them. And I need the other two of you to say that too, so we don't get sued.
I don't know. I'm not into. I really didn't like Kotaku for a long time. I still don't. But like I said, I like their long form stuff. I like a couple of the people that write for them. I've always liked Brian Crescente.
I've always liked Stephen Totilio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. I don't really care, but he seems like a really nice guy, and he knows what he's doing.
It's just, I used to browse them. I used to enjoy their articles before this whole feminism and video games thing started, because, like, as a feminist, it's hard to read the shit that they put on their website about feminism because it looks so bad.
Yeah.
It's like I can't support these people that are putting feminism back by supporting the image of the ranting, raving, die cis scum type of people.
Uh-huh.
It's that's my summary. It's
This is a great conversation that won't get us in trouble at all.
I don't care.
It shouldn't. I thought we covered this pretty well.
Yeah, it's a fairly civil conversation, Mike. You shouldn't be taking everything that comes out of my mouth and be like, "This is going to get us in trouble."
I am 100% certain when I die, it will be because of something you said.
Well, if we're too chicken shit to talk about important actual issues on our show, then what the fuck is the point of having it, Mike?
Exactly. Yeah, Mike. Don't be a scaredy cat.
I just don't hate Kotaku the way you two do.
What's the matter, McFly? You chicken?
No F's ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley.
Well, I can say the same thing about Cosamanos. Fucker. What else is
some news.
Yeah, let's talk about some news for a bit.
Choo-choo news.
I like how over the podcast that has gotten progressively less enthusiastic. It's just like
at the end of it, Mike's just gonna go.
Mike, you should order a slide whistle just to liven things up.
Oh, that's the next step. That's the next step for this podcast. Hold on.
That's what Amazon Prime is for.
Slide whistle. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a .edu email address, you can get free Prime for $6.
$16.96
for a slide whistle.
Yeah. There's a wooden slide whistle. See, I don't know how these slide whistles work. They all look differently.
You blow into it.
I wouldn't get a wooden one. I feel like a wooden slide whistle would cause problems.
Oh, so there's a wooden one for $5.53, and it has Prime. Rhythm Bland slide whistle. I'm going to do this later. So the Xbox One, we didn't get to talk about that.
Wait. Podcast question of the week.
Sure.
What slide whistle should Mike get?
Right,
Send us email
Send us the emails on online.com.
VGCC@gmail.com or at VGCC on Twitter.
Yeah, send us that.
With your slide whistle recommendations.
Yeah, which slide whistle should we use?
Audibly rolls eyes. Okay, back to the news.
So we didn't get to talk about the Xbox One because our site was dying. We can talk about it now. Now that Microsoft has ruined any chance I will purchase that console.
Oh my god. So let's start off by describing Collar of Doggy. The new Xbox, which is even funnier, is because Call of Duty games are developed initially for the PlayStation and then they're ported to the Xbox, right?
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, Xbox has a larger install base.
I always thought it was the other. Okay.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to get it on a PC now.
Yeah, it's... Well, I'm not going to get it at all, but... It's just... everything that they showed at that conference, it's like... I don't understand how it could have been just as bad as everyone thought it was. And it's not...
It's worse.
Yeah, it's like...
They did not address any of the things people were worried about, and now they have lost control of the message entirely.
Yeah, it's like you can watch TV with the Xbox, and it's like everything that they showed at the conference was...
If they said your console will not play used games, if they said that right out, that wouldn't be as bad as all this rampant speculation.
It's not just rampant speculation, it's like Microsoft PR guys will say things on Twitter, and then Microsoft will say, we now rescind the statement by blah, 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 and they have been let go from the company. But they won't say that what the person said that everybody was getting upset about was not true.
Well, that has to do with the always-on thing, and they did confirm it has to be on once a day.
Yeah, it has to be connected to the internet at least once a day. The console is going to be always on. The camera and microphone are always going to be on, which enables the console to be turned on by saying, Xbox, turn on. And because that microphone's always listening to you, it'll turn the Xbox on. And it's like all of the stuff that came out after the conference, like the thing always being on with both the camera and the microphone, and the Kinect being required for the Xbox to function. Like, you can't unplug the Kinect or else the Xbox will be like, you gotta plug it back in now, bitch. It's like all this stuff just keeps making things look worse and worse and worse. And then you have Microsoft employees saying things on Twitter. It's like, I don't see what's so bad about our camera always being on and our microphone always being on. And then those tweets get deleted and Microsoft apologizes for them. But they don't say, we didn't mean it.
That's not really what happened. It was about the always online thing.
Yeah.
No, but that's still happening, though. And then it's like, Microsoft will say, our Xbox does not allow used games. And then a week later, they'll say, we never said that. And then a week later, they'll say it again. And then there's like reports where the Xbox will require an internet connection in order for better graphics. Like, oh, the graphics are going to be powered by the cloud. And it's just all this stuff that keeps coming out about the Xbox One that just keeps making it sound worse and worse and worse. Like, it can't play Xbox 360 games because backwards compatibility is a backward strategy. Meanwhile, the PS3 can play PS1 games. Some models of it can. And nobody complains about it. And the PS4 has already confirmed that it has some degree of backwards compatibility. And it's just... They're doing everything that they could possibly do wrong and then saying, oh, it's not so bad. Why would you want to play your...
at E3, like people are saying, because this was their chance to show this thing off and they get like a hold of the message that Sony had been sort of taking control of for the past couple of months, and they dropped the ball on it.
They completely bungled it. And it's not just like us video game nerds that are sitting here recording a podcast either. Like, I have normal friends, believe it or not. As normal as, depending on your definition of the word normal, but still, I went to go talk to him, and this is like a guy that has a girlfriend and goes outside and browses Reddit and plays Call of Duty. And I talked to him a few days ago, and he was like, I watched the conference for the Xbox One because I was so excited for it, and I can't believe that I'm going to have to jump ship to the PS4. And I was like, wow, really? It's like, yeah, the Call of Duty stuff looks so stupid, and all they did was talking about watching TV. And I'm like, even for the normal people, this looks awful.
Also,
my mom was in the
name.
Yeah, the Xbox One. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hate that name.
Look, we've been saying it for a couple minutes, and maybe we've gotten used to it, but that's still a pretty terrible name.
Yeah,
it really is. It's just why they could have. Like, this is an American console, so they don't have to worry about the whole foreign markets not being able to pronounce Revolution like Nintendo did. So they could have called it the Xbox Revolution or the Xbox Infinity. Instead, they called it the Xbox One.
Because they want it to be the one thing in the house.
Yeah, the one black box that's in your entertainment system. The one thing that you have now. And
if you didn't see that conference, then you don't know why they called it that then. They're just going to be like, why'd they call it the Xbox One? There's been two already.
Yeah, it's like the first one was just the Xbox, the second one Xbox 360, Xbox One. It's like Final Fantasy 13 too. But it's just such a stupid name conceptually.
Yeah, and like you said about how they're not being open about what they're saying, a lot of the things that people are saying are problems aren't really problems as long as Microsoft can kind of back them up or do certain things with it. Like, for example, the whole no used games thing, that will not be a problem at all as long as they work the stuff like Steam. Because you can't. There's no used games on PC. But if they sell games for lower prices and they have sales and they have things like that, then there's no problem at all. Because people are just going to buy those games on the cheap, and nobody will care.
It's the problem, though, is that when Microsoft says things like "we aren't going to have used games," they don't say it like "we aren't going to have used games because we have this feature." They say it like "who wants used games?"
Exactly. They're not.
It's kind of like the issue with DMC, how that instead of trying to gain old fans, they insulted the old franchise. Microsoft's doing a similar thing here where they're like, why would you want used games? Don't you want to support the developers? And it's like, sometimes I would rather just go to a store and pay $17 for a slightly scratched up disc because I don't have $60 every 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but exactly. It's just they're not communicating enough, and they're not...
Yeah, they're not communicating, and when they do communicate, it's insulting. It is taken as somewhat insulting sounding tone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like right now they're still trying to figure out what they're doing with the console, though. They've said multiple times that they're still hammering out details. So
yeah, I'm getting the impression that there's like a lot of panicking going on at Microsoft right now because of how bad they look. And they're like, okay, we weren't going to have used games, and we can't officially say that we have used games yet, but we might want to consider that shit. Like, there's a lot of people at Microsoft kind of scrambling around. It's like, we look fucking awful right now, and even the normal people are like, they're not going to buy it. We've got, like, damage control going on in full swing right now, and we still look awful.
So, here's the thing about the normal people. I've been meaning to write about this, but I couldn't really find a way to make it into any long-form piece. I'm going to try and summarize it here. Number one, there are TVs now that can access Netflix and do all that shit.
Just by itself, yeah.
Right. Number two, if you don't have a smart TV, $100 gets you an Apple TV, and it's a really nice little box that has Netflix, it has your Hulu, it has an ESPN thing, and if you have an iPhone, it can play stuff from your iPhone. Just sync it up to that. So, a device that many people already have, like the iPad and iPhone, those things are practically ubiquitous. You just get this little $100 box, it does all the things the Xbox One does, except for, like, the dumb Kinect snapping shit, and you can still, like, browse Twitter from your iPad. So, the Xbox One wants to be like that one device, but it's a lot easier for me to just watch TV and then browse Twitter on my phone. I don't have to go get up, fuck around with the Kinect to make it do what I want, and then type out my Twitter message with my stupid fucking controller. I can just do it on my phone.
Yeah, that's really the problem, is that all of these things that Microsoft is trying to do with it, like the ability to watch TV on your Xbox instead of having to grab your controller and blah, it's like people don't mind getting their phone out and looking at Twitter or grabbing their remote and switching to a different input.
It's a solution to a problem nobody had.
Exactly. It's like they're making it easier to do something that nobody found hard to do in the first place.
Yeah.
And the kind of people do watch live TV do not care about your game console.
Exactly. It's just they have created a product to become the one item in the living room. But the thing is people that are going to be able to afford to buy the Xbox One already have all of those things in their living room. They don't need something to replace all of them because they're all already there and they all know how to use them. You don't need the one item because we already have the 5 items and we don't want to get rid of those to the tune of $600 or however much the console's going to be.
It's so fucking expensive. It has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. It's got the mandatory Kinect.
It's just when people it's like even with the normal people, everybody that owns Xbox 360s, they're telling me I own an Xbox 360, but I'm going to own a PlayStation 4 because my Xbox 360 is for playing video games. So, I want to play video games with my PlayStation.
Like,
my PlayStation is the station where I play with things.
Think about this pitch from like the perspective of a normal, not game-playing person. Like, my mom is the kind of person who uses her TV to watch The Bachelor, and like a stepdad watches the cooking shows and the sports. So you have the sports person and the TV person. So if I said to either of them, okay, guys, you could just turn on your TV and then hit in the channel and then just sit there and maybe do what else you want to do on your phone, or you could spend a shitload of money and have to stick a cord into another thing and get in front of the Kinect and wave your hands around. You could do all that for like $700 more. They'd look at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, my mom actually sat in here and watched the conference while I was watching it, and she was like asking me, is like, okay, what does that feature do? And I'm like, oh, well, the Xbox can switch to your TV and watch it with the same machine. And she just kind of looked at me funny. Is like, doesn't the new Wii that we just got do exactly that? And I thought about it. It's like, yes, you can use the Wii U's tablet as a television controller.
Oh, that's right.
So essentially, it already the Wii U, you can just use it as a TV controller, which means you can just switch inputs, and it's already doing essentially the same thing that the Xbox is doing at the press of a button.
And doesn't the Wii U have like Nintendo TV or something?
Yeah, the Wii U has that Nintendo TV feature. I've not entirely figured that out yet because I don't care to, but it's like you can watch TV on your Wii U and you can use it to just switch inputs anyway. So Microsoft is not innovating at all. It's just they've essentially skipped the step where you pick up the controller and switch inputs. Instead, you say, Xbox, TV. And on the off chance that it recognizes what you're saying, because you could tell from the conference that was all, like, timed.
Uh-huh.
It's like...
There's no way that was a live demo. No way in hell.
Yeah, no way that was a live demo because of how inconsistent the time was between when he... Like, sometimes he would say, Xbox, do this, and it would do it instantly. And sometimes he would say, Xbox, do this, and it would wait, like, a noticeably longer amount of time. Like, we're still talking, like, a matter of seconds, but it was like... You could tell that it was not responding to what he was saying. It was somebody back there pushing a button on a PowerPoint.
Right.
So we've got a solution to a problem that nobody has, to the tune of a lot of money that nobody has. And you've already alienated the game's playing audience by just showing a multi-platform game and then saying we're making a Halo TV show.
And that could be cool, but I don't care.
Yeah, but the PlayStation conference was not as good as it could have been, admittedly, but it was a damn sight better than... Bless you. It was a damn sight better than what Microsoft had to show, which was nothing.
And even if they go to E3 and they have all these fucking games, they have already got a lot of work to do. They've got an uphill battle with that thing. I don't know if they're prepared for it. It's like the same
they've dug themselves
coming into this generation with the PS3. We just made the PS2, guys. Buy our $600 console.
No, it was $499 US.
$599.
Was it? Oh God!
Get your internet memes right.
Yeah, $599 US, and for the longest time, the PS3 was, in a bad position, but they were able to fight back up by offering a service that is comparable to Xbox Live for free.
Not only that,
and just doing.
Indies went to the PlayStation because it's a lot easier.
Yeah, indies went to PlayStation because their platform is open and they're keeping that open for the PlayStation 4. Basically, for the PlayStation 4, they're just going in with saying, we're going to do all the shit that we did right at the tail end of the PlayStation 3 and keep doing it at the start with this one. And then we're going to add more good things. Like, we're going to keep our PlayStation Plus program, but we're still going to keep our equivalent of Xbox Live free. Right. And like for $50 a year, we'll give you like 10 free games. So
I think it's even more than that. Like, not only do you get all those free games, you get a whole.
You get like 3 games a month.
That really adds up.
Yeah. It's like Prime. How Prime on Amazon will like pay for itself after a couple of times. It's like with PlayStation Plus, it's like you pay $50 for an entire year, and then you get way more than $50. It's just. Microsoft has dug itself into a hole much deeper than the hole that $599 did. And I don't think they're going to be able to dig out of it. Yeah.
Like, in terms of Sony, you're right. The tail end of the PS3 was fucking great. Like, this past couple of years, they've had kick-ass exclusives, especially in, like, the downloadable range. Like, Journey, one of the best games I've ever played. You can't get it on a 360. So, that was just, like, a question of price and availability of stuff on the console. They could add PlayStation Plus because there was room for it. With Microsoft, you can't undo the Kinect thing. I mean, maybe you can. I'm not any kind of hardware guy, but it seems like that system is designed to have a Kinect attached all the time. And it would probably take a lot of money to undo the Kinect thing and undo the used games thing. Those are two issues with the hardware. Getting away from that is a lot harder than a question of it has no games.
The problem with the Xbox is, and this is actually pretty funny, is that at this point, the PS4, their marketing, all they have to do is say for certain that they're doing things that the Xbox One is rumored to not do. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but recently Sony's been like launching a small marketing campaign where all they're doing is saying, we will support used games. We will have backwards compatibility. That's all they're having to do is just contradict the rumors for the Xbox, and everybody's saying, yes, we're going to buy a PS4 now.
But the thing is that they haven't said how they're going to do those things. The backwards compatibility on the PS4 is really what they've said that they're going to do. It's going to be like some weird cloud-based on-live bullshit. So it's going to be difficult to do backwards compatibility on the PS4 anyway. Meanwhile,
we don't know how it's going to work, but we know that in name it will have backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
and Microsoft can't bring themselves to say that they can or can't because they know that because obviously, okay, if Microsoft won't answer the question, it's because they have the wrong answer. That's just how things like that works, right?
Yeah, but then also when you're talking about used games, Microsoft has also said that they're trying to figure out a way to monetize downloads and make it so you could trade those in and get some kind of credit. So the PS4 might do something like that as well. I don't think that Sony is going to have something, that's much different from whatever Xbox is or Microsoft is going to be doing, because this isn't just Microsoft that wants to stop doing used games. It's the publishers that want to stop used games. Publishers want used games to go away because it takes money away from them. And I completely understand why they want to do that. So Sony's going to have some kind of anti-used game as well, unless they're not going to partner at all with like EA.
Sony's already said that they're going to do used games. So
they have?
Yes, they've already said it.
You have to pay $10 or something to allow the used game on your console, or like pay $60 to allow the used game on your console. I think, like, after seeing all this, I don't know if they'll go that route.
Well,
maybe
okay,
it's in the hardware, and maybe they're stuck like Microsoft is. But then again, maybe it's just like an online path situation.
It won't be exactly like what Microsoft is doing. I'm just saying that they're going to have something to try to deter used game purchases. They're going to have something. I don't know what it is.
I honestly doubt it.
I feel like
I don't necessarily disagree that they're probably going to have something in the way of used games, but because what they're saying now that they're going to have, like, we're going to allow used games to be usable on our console, I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm willing to bet that it's not going to be that bad, because they're making a marketing standpoint out of it at this point. It's like, Microsoft won't give you the answer of whether or not they're going to give used games, but we're going to have them. So it's like, no matter what, they're going to win, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Sony's going to win purely on good feedback from the community, and how much people just want to trounce Microsoft now because of that conference.
Yeah, Microsoft's in such a bad way right now that it's like I said earlier, all Sony has to do is say, we're doing the things that you want that Microsoft won't give you a straight answer on.
Yeah, exactly.
Sony has already got this one from the gates opening. Like, as soon as both of those consoles are on the market, Sony's going to win.
Sony's going to win for a while, but
Sony's going to win for a good over a year and a half, I'm going to say. That's going to be my guess, is that it's going to take a year and a half for Microsoft to dig themselves out of the hole, if they dig themselves out of the hole at all.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft's going to have to do something crazy to dig themselves out of that hole, though.
Yeah, they're going to probably have to do, like, if they want to launch with a console that is free of all of the things that people are saying about it now, they're going to have to do some major revisions to it.
Yeah,
like everybody
then it comes out in spring, and then Sony comes out in the holiday, and they have that lead time, and then it's this generation except reversed.
It's just Microsoft is not in a good position at all. Either they launch with all the problems that even the normal people are like, that's fucking retarded, or they do some major revisions, and then Sony will have a complete, and like they'll be able to dominate the market for the time until Microsoft is able to launch this revised console. Either way, Microsoft is not winning this next generation for at least a year and a half. They're not going to be able to say, we did well. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I would not be astonished if Microsoft, as a video game company that publishes consoles, stopped being a thing.
Well, maybe this thing sells on it being called an Xbox, and enough people know about the Xbox that they want to get the new Xbox. But I don't know if that carries past that initial rush of early adopters.
You see, the thing is that people, when they buy, it's like most early adopters are people that are a bit more in the know than the average consumer.
Yeah.
And those people make up a significant percentage of, like, the console's success rate, right?
See, generally that's true.
These people that
I don't know if that's true during the holidays.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true during the holidays. People are gonna buy, like, little grannies are gonna buy the Xbox for their kids, and kids are gonna ask for the new Xbox because it's the new Xbox. So if they launch during Christmas, they'll have good launch numbers. But
I mean, both of them are gonna launch during Christmas, though.
Yeah, in the long term, though, I don't think they're going to do too well.
Oh, of course. I mean,
because launch numbers are going to be good because it's Christmas, but once it gets to the point where that dies down and it's just the console selling to people that want to play video games instead of presents for people that don't know what's going on, Microsoft's like, it's just going to go straight downhill, while Sony's probably going to stay relatively flat or go up.
Yeah.
Because people that are in the know, while they don't necessarily want a PlayStation, they don't want an Xbox. So, like, when you look at the news and you see reports like Sony's stock went up a significant amount during the Xbox conference, or the Wii U sales went up over 800% on Amazon during the week of the conference.
The stock price was irrelevant. I mean, not related.
Yeah, that was unrelated. They did some shifting in the management, I think, and that's why their stock went up.
But when you see stuff like that, it doesn't matter if it's relevant. It's like, at the time, people see that, and then they get that little thing in their head. They know that happened.
Right.
It's just, you've got to realize, like, the psychology of the market here. Microsoft is doing a lot of things to make themselves look bad, and all of these good things are happening to their competitors. People will remember that. They won't remember when Microsoft comes back and says, okay, we're fine, because they've already got that thing in their head that says Microsoft is full of shit. It's just, they've dug themselves into a position where their PR is so bad that it will take a lot of work for them to get into a good position, into a good light now.
Yeah.
Because people that are in the know, people that care to research this kind of stuff, and even people that aren't terribly in the know, but they're like adults that have heard, like, through Reddit or like a Consumer Report online, people that care to know that the Xbox is really, really bad right now, and that the PS4 has nothing bad going for it. The worst thing that anybody can say about the PS4 right now is that the share button is conceptually stupid.
Yeah.
It's like being able to push a button on your controller to tweet a screenshot of your game is conceptually a very fatty kind of thing. But if that's the worst thing that you could say about the PS4 versus, like, people comparing the Xbox One to Big Brother, Like, it's going to be always on, always watching you, always listening to you, bleh, all this scary horror movie Orwell shit.
Yeah.
It's just, people are going to remember that, and they're not going to forget the good. People don't forget the bad things.
Exactly, yeah. This is going to stay in Microsoft's legacy for a good long time.
Yeah, so PlayStation 4, in it to win it. Microsoft...
They got a lot of ground to cover.
Microsoft, start packing your bags, I'd say. Microsoft's got one foot out the door right now.
Well, I don't know. Like, I imagine we would be having the same conversation, like, when the PS3 was revealed. So maybe Microsoft pulls it around if there is another generation of hardware. I think there not being another generation of hardware will be due to outside factors, like the mobile market, but I don't know if this will be the thing that kills consoles, at least from Microsoft.
But let's go back to what you said about the PS3, though. During the PS3 conference, the worst thing that you could say about it was $600.
Sure.
Prices can go down. You don't have to revise hardware to make prices go down. Like, the PlayStation 3 is like, what, $250 or $300 new now?
Yeah.
How much is it? Something like that. It's like new or used, you're going to be paying somewhere between $200 and $300, which is console price now.
How much did you pay for yours?
Mine was, I want to say about $170, but I knocked off like $100 because I traded in my 360 for it. So
it was used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was used, and you paid like $270 for it with the discount that you got for trading in your 360.
Yeah.
So you can, like, 6 years later, or however fucking many, people own the PS3, and the worst thing that you can say about the PS3 now is nothing. There's nothing wrong with the PlayStation controller, subjectively not the best controller. I don't care for it, but there are some people that will say that it's one of the best controllers ever. I personally prefer the 360 controller.
Hopefully they fix that with the PS4, and it looks like they did.
Yeah, it's like the worst thing that you can say about the PS4 is like a completely subjective thing. It's like, oh, the controller's not comfortable. There's nothing wrong with it right now. And I could, at the end of the Xbox 360's console cycle, I can say that I hate the fact that I pay $50 a year or more, depending on like when I buy my Live, that I pay $50 a year for a service that has advertisements in it. And that Microsoft is going in a direction where it's discouraging, well, not necessarily discouraging, but shifting focus away from video games when it is a video game console, whereas Sony still has the PlayStation. It's in the title. It is the station that you go to play.
Yeah.
And that's... Thank you. It's just...
It was the word station, I had to.
It's... At this point, I'm saying that Microsoft has one foot out the door and the other one in a grave right now. And if they want to get their incredibly long legs out of this position...
Microsoft's delicious long legs. Oh.
Microsoft's delicious long legs and exceptionally thick thighs. It's just... They're going to have to either pull like all stops to completely revise the way that the console works, because they don't want to say that they don't support used games because they're getting so much shit for it, and they don't want to say that their like console is going to be always online and always watching you, because they know of how much shit they're getting for it, and because they know that they're getting shit for it, and they don't want to say that they do that stuff. That means that there is some change going on internally in the company where they don't want to say that we do this because it's true, and they want to make that not true anymore. That's essentially what their lack of confirmation is saying to me.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, we're in a really bad position. Time for us to not say anything, because anything we say right now would be a fucking lie, and work on it so that we won't be liars. So, yeah. Either way, they're in a terrible position.
I don't envy the Microsoft PR team.
Definitely do not envy the Microsoft PR team. It reminds me a bit of the Chick-fil-A PR incident where the president of Chick-fil-A was like, "We hate the gay people," and the fucking PR guy died of a heart attack. I'm surprised we haven't seen that in the news yet.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, the head of PR for Chick-fil-A died of a fucking heart attack after that whole issue. It's just, ugh.
It's like Microsoft is Amy's baking company. And
Essentially.
we are Gordon Ramsay.
Essentially. No, the entire world is Gordon Ramsay. Right now, because everybody's looking at Microsoft and recognizing all the shit that they're doing as being fucking retarded.
The Xbox One sounds like it's pretty raw of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's rubbish.
It's raw, and nobody's telling you because it gets thrown away. That was a fucking crazy episode. Topical, play the whistle. Play the fuck. Thank you.
You're welcome, Stephen.
You know, the fucking ball, Mike. Okay, we're running. How long have we been recording?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah, 2 hours. You want to just hurry through the rest of the news?
Alright, so 999 is coming to iOS. There should be a version in English coming later. Steven, don't you get any fucking ideas? You have to finish the DS one that I sent you.
Yes,
you never finished.
Yeah. I finished it technically. For our listeners, 999 is a puzzle game / visual novel that Mike is personally a very large fan of, and he sent it to me.
John, you got a copy coming soon.
Yeah, he spontaneously sent it to me one day, and I played through it, and I got a bad ending and never picked it up again. And it's coming to iOS, so...
True ending is so crazy, and I have no idea how they're going to do that on iOS. Partially because the puzzles and the repetition is... I can't talk about it without spoiling the game, but removing the puzzles and giving players the ability to jump around the timeline to where they last made a decision is a bad idea. It will probably make it more accessible. It is also not a good idea. Plus, there is a sequence in that game that is DS specific. It is for the Nintendo DS. Porting it to this one screen is just dumb. It's so dumb. It's good that other people will maybe give it a shot and then maybe play the DS version, but it's really hard to talk about it without spoiling the game. Just people who know the game and know the ending will know why the repetition is so important, and it does help you get to know these characters. If you're not playing that first bit over and over, there's definitely less of a familiarity with the characters. If you can just jump to this point, then you're spending less time with them, which makes the emotional beats less weighty, if that makes any sense. But
all right. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm hearing what you're saying about all this, because it's really interesting that you're... that I'm hearing the opinion of somebody who's really into this game about this changes.
John, I'm going to send you a copy eventually.
That's very nice of you, thank you.
I'm going to fucking play him. I'm like Steven, send him a free DS game and just sits next to his golden throne.
I played it a bit.
You need to finish it, you motherfucker.
I finished it technically.
Finish it for reals.
Okay, fine.
So yeah, Double Fine.
Well, I wanted to sort of continue our theme of bad ideas.
Okay.
With curiosity.
I do not think that is a bad idea, what they did.
I think that the way that it ended was hideously anticlimactic.
I think that the way that they ended it was anticlimactic only because we know that Goddess isn't going to be good.
It's just like, it's a game where you can be a god. It's like SimCity. It's like there's an entire genre of games dedicated to that concept, and here's Mr. Mollynuts on his little white, his empty white room being like, in this game you can be a god, and for the first little bit, this young winner is going to be the winner and the god of all gods. And it's just, okay, so he's going to be the god of The Sims? It's just...
I think that's a really cool prize. Like, not only that, but he gets a cut of the game's money, and
yeah, but his prize...
he can be overthrown.
Yeah, but his prize. Yeah, exactly. His prize isn't permanent. It's not like he gets to be the first to do it, and it's just.
I don't know.
It's just conceptually,
really
it's like the game itself is not exciting sounding.
That
and
does
when
not
you
matter
play,
because I am only looking at this from the perspective of what was inside the Curiosity Cube. What is inside the Curiosity Cube is really cool. If I'd won that, I would be very happy with that.
The thing is, though, it's like I play Team Fortress 2, right?
Yes.
And this kind of thing where the player gets a cut of the profit is not so special when you've played that game, because it's like if you get an item in Team Fortress 2, you're more or less just like set for life.
Yeah.
So to hear this guy say like, this child will get a cut of the profits and eventually he'll be overthrown and won't get any anymore. It's just like, okay. It's just, okay. So who cares? It's just like he gets to be God of the Sims for a couple of months, and then somebody else gets to be the God of the Sims, and it's like, okay, as God of the Sims, what do you want people to do? Okay, I declare as God of the Sims that all the ladies have to be naked because I'm a 14-year-old boy that uses YOLO and Twitter unironically. It's just like, okay, this is stupid. It's dumb.
I don't know. If I had won that, I would be very happy. And
I'd be happy if it's like if I had won, I'd be happy too because I get to have all that money. But it's like for everybody else that participated when Mr. Mollynux was like, it's going to be life changing. It's like, yeah, it's life changing for the winner.
Yeah,
if you don't give a shit,
that was the pitch.
If you don't give a shit about Sim City, then it's like just mildly interesting at the best.
Because the person who won would get the life-changing thing, not is life-changing for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like,
you're
what's
upset because
inside?
you didn't win.
No, I never even played it. I didn't give a shit. It's just like, what's inside the Curiosity Cube? And it's like, oh, it's the grand prize if you get some money for a little bit. It's like the grand prize of some money is not really exciting in the terms of a grand prize. It's just basically Molyneux ran the lottery for a couple of weeks where you bought in for however much the Curiosity Cube cost. Free, but then you get like the hyper digging apps.
Yeah, no, the kid downloaded it that day.
Yeah, the kid downloaded like that afternoon.
That's the beautiful part. That's beautiful. I don't know.
It's like
Peter
Molyneux's
It is somewhat poetic. It is somewhat poetic, I will admit.
I can't get mad at it because it's really just not that big of a deal. Like
that's the point though, is that it's not a big deal. It's
just because everything Molyneux does isn't that big of a deal anymore. He blows everything out of proportion.
The problem. You
cannot take anything that man says at face value. You have to tone it down a shit ton. So when he said that it was a life-changing thing that was in the cube, you have to realize that it's a life-changing thing for this kid for a little while, and then it's going to go away.
That's just exactly the problem, though, is that it's like Molyneux says it's going to be a life-changing experience, and like he hypes up everything that he does.
Listening to Molyneux. That's what you got to do.
It's just like whenever Molyneux says something is going to be life-changing, and then it happens. At best, it's like, oh, that's neat. Oh, that's cool. Curiosity Cube. That kid gets some money for a little bit. That's nice. That's nice of him. I'm happy. It's just like, who cares? It's not a big deal. It's the fact that it isn't a big deal that's just got me so annoyed by it.
You just can't get annoyed at anything that Molyneux does anymore, because or you shouldn't, because it's just he's such a blowhard. Basically, I mean, he seems like a really nice guy, and he has really great ideas. But I feel like everything that he wants to do are just things that you can't do at the time that he wants to do it.
He's a very wide-eyed individual, I must say.
His ideas are really interesting, but it's just everything he wants to do, either nobody actually wants it or they're impossible to do at that time. Like, remember Milo? Remember how fucking creepy that was? But remember how incredible it would have been if it worked?
No.
Well, there you go. You don't remember it because it was a friggin' tech demo for the Kinect that was really interesting but also really fucking creepy, because it was you interacting with this little boy, and there was a lot of really interesting stuff with it. You could draw on a piece of paper to show it to him, and then he would transfer that drawing onto a piece of paper that he held. It was interesting stuff, but of course nobody wanted to play it because it's you interacting with a little boy. Who wants to interact with a little boy? You can walk down the road and talk to a little kid and probably get arrested in real life. So
it's just it's like whatever.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's Peter Molyneux. It's okay. He's doing that.
I don't know. And moving on to the next whatever, Double Fine has another Kickstarter out.
That's also, in my opinion, not another whatever.
It sounds like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, right? But it's gonna have Double Fine's touch.
Double Fine making Fire Emblem. None of that is bad.
None of it's bad.
All good things.
Yeah, I suppose it's just. I guess it's because I personally don't care for Fire Emblem. Like nothing against it. It's just I don't care for that kind of game. So I'm having.
Muir's a really talented designer. I think he can do some really great stuff with that genre. And I think the Double Fine spit and polish will shine through.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it'll turn out bad or like Double Fine or crooks for starting a Kickstarter. It's just like I've never cared for the Double Fine polish, I suppose. I've never like excessively not enjoyed a Double Fine game, but I've never like raved about one either. It's like, okay, Platinum games.
Sure.
I have enjoyed every single Platinum game that has ever come out and I have ever played, and I will rave about them. They make good games. Double Fine also makes good games, but they don't make Platinum games. So whenever I hear
opinion.
about,
I mean,
it's like whenever I hear about Double Fine, it's just like, okay, no, they'll make something that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the people go to Double Fine games not like it sounds like the kind of game that you go for. Like you said, Platinum. If you're going to go on that, then Platinum Games is all about tight gameplay and wacky story. When people go to Double Fine games for really charming characters and funny dialogue and serviceable gameplay. It's all serviceable.
I guess that's just me, that I value gameplay over anything else.
Yeah, it's fans of Double Fine look past gameplay and they just want to have a laugh at a video game and enjoy the characters. Like, it's taken them up until Iron Brigade / Trenched to get to a game that actually plays pretty well.
I guess. Really my biggest problem with it, though, is that when I was reading their Kickstarter, I was just reading and it's like, this sounds exactly like everything that has been going on in Fire Emblem Awakening. And that's really just my biggest problem with it. It's like, okay, it's Fire Emblem with the Double Fine touch, but that doesn't really change the fact that it is exactly a different game, but made by somebody else. I don't know.
I like Double Fine enough to the point where I will wish them well on this Kickstarter, but I don't know if I want to kick in $20 just yet. I have sent an open challenge to Brad Muir and Brad Shoemaker of GiantBomb.com that if Brad Shoemaker does some voice work, they will have my $20. And they both seem on board with the idea, so who knows? You guys got any other news you want to talk about?
Nah, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Really good? Well,
yep, we're good.
That's our last stop.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Guys, I don't know how I feel about this podcast. I think it might have been a train wreck.
Now, John, let's not go off the rails with these puns. Making puns like that doesn't make you a coal person.
I don't have to listen to you. It's not like you're the conductor of my life.
Subscribe on iTunes.
Yes.
Subscribe on iTunes. Follow us on videogamechoochoo.com.
Look on all the different choo-choo sites, on the on the Twit, on the Face, on the YouTube, on the everything.
Look for us on our Reddit AMA. Never.
Yeah, ask us anything. We will answer all of your lame pony questions.
Ask us who John's favorite pony is, and he will answer he doesn't have one.
I don't
hopefully.
have one, but don't ask me that, or else I will get very pissy.
John, would you like to talk about Squiggly at all?
All right.
I completely forgot there was some Squiggly news.
Yeah, there's some Squiggly news, everybody.
Just for the record, John, why don't you introduce Squiggly to any new listeners?
Okay, everyone, my name is John Machonsky, and I'm a sad piece of shit. I have a waifu named Squiggly, and she is blue, and she's a zombie, and I'm a professional video game journalist. I want you to listen to this podcast, and I want you to realize that this person, I won't even say this man, because I am no longer a man. I am a husk.
You are a big anime man with a big anime waifu.
I have a waifu, and I am afraid to say it. But no, the Squig is here, and she's here to stay.
What if we got her for an interview?
Okay, listen, if you got Lauren Landon to be on this podcast, I would not be able to show up.
You'd say, "Hey, Laura Landon, do you remember that one guy at that one convention that came up to you and said Squiggly is my waifu?"
I didn't meet her. I met Christina V, who did the voice direction for the game. So
you directed the voice of my waifu.
That is literally what I said.
Jesus,
hey there, Christina V.
Well, I wasn't creepy about it. I just said thank you for choosing a great voice for my waifu. That's what I said. I said it as normally.
How is that not creepy? Everything about that is creepy.
Listen.
Thank you for choosing a wonderful voice for my waifu.
I said it straight up. I shook her hand and I said thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you very much for your efforts in voicing my waifu. I'm going to be in the bathroom for the next 2 hours.
So, not because I'm doing anything wrong. No, I'm so embarrassed.
So, what's the Squiggly news? Now that we've gotten all the creepy, terrifying introductions out of the way.
Okay, she's almost done. They're gonna come out with the Squiggly and the PC version pretty soon. They're recording voice work for her right now.
Oh, wonderful.
They just put out a new shirt, but I don't know when this episode's going to come out. Because what they do is Lab Zero puts out a new shirt every week, and then once that week is over, they get rid of the design. So they just put out a new Squiggly-based shirt.
And you already have 10 of them.
No. Someone actually made me a Squiggly shirt.
Oh my god.
That's dedication.
I have a Squiggly shirt right over there. It was made for me. I didn't ask for it. It was given to me as a gift. That is how fucking pathetic my life is.
Are you ever going to actually wear that shirt, or are you just going to keep it in like a bottom drawer?
It's kind of like big, so I can't actually wear it.
Well, then
that's just more Squiggly for you to love.
So, John, you have 2 pieces of fan art of you creepily touching a Squiggly poster.
Yeah, well, I actually
have John fan art.
I actually commissioned that, though, so...
Like with the money?
Yes.
You paid money. You paid money to have someone draw you fondling not Squiggly, but a Squiggly poster.
It was a joke, because it was in, in No More Heroes... Listen, you know how in No More Heroes when Travis Touchdown's looking at the Bizarre Jelly poster and he turns to the camera and he goes, Moe. I was poking fun at myself. What?
John. There's nothing you can say.
Mike, this would be an appropriate time for the whistle, I think.
Is that the danger whistle now, or are we...
It's the Squiggly whistle.
It's the squiggle arm. Oh my god. Well, Mike, I think...
You brought this upon yourself. I am an embarrassing piece of shit, but you guys asked for me to air my dirty laundry.
John, we love you.
I'm just an open book here. I'm just.
We love you as much as you love Squiggly. Okay.
No, you don't.
Okay, we could never conceivably love you that much, but we try our damnedest.
Thank you.
So, what's the name of Squiggly's voice actress again?
Lauren Landa, I want to say.
Hey, Lauren Landa. I'm just gonna
Get her up on the phone right now.
Gonna make a mental note of that for later.
Well, Mike, I think that would be an excellent time for us to wrap up the first episode of Video Game Choo Choo.
Well, to be honest, I think about 2 hours ago would have been the best time to wrap this episode up. But
I think you're right.
We did pretty good.
Okay.
For a pilot, this wasn't that bad.
Thank you for listening, everybody that has. We're terribly sorry. Follow us on Twitter, VG Choo Choo. Go to us online.com. Thank you for listening.
Video Game Choo Choo on Facebook.
As per usual.
At gmail.com.
As per usual, we are terribly sorry. That has not changed from our Velocity Gamer days.
Make sure you send us those emails and those tweets and those Tumblr asks about what slide whistle Mike needs to buy. Make sure that's answered.
It's not up for debate. The only thing that is up for debate is which slide whistle I will purchase.
Yeah, this is Video Game Choo Choo in the making. This is history. Whoever has the best email, you are choosing something that will be in Video Game Choo Choo for the rest of the entirety of time.
More like choosing something.
Yeah, you're gonna choose. You're going to choose this important piece of history, so make sure that you choose well.
All right, nerd, shut the fuck up. The podcast is over.
All right, rest in peace.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
I've been Stephen Epps.
I've been Mike Casamano.
And I'm still John Machonsky.
Good night, everybody. Play us out there, Mike. That was
terrible.
Yeah.
That was it.
I was trying to place it as the